Good morning. It's November 10th. Usually I don't check the line too early because I feel like a lot of the animals do get caught early in the morning. But I have a catering delivery today, so I gotta go quick. Something's going on at the bait rock. Looks like a red, our first red. That's awesome. And I haven't even seen the red fox in the camera here. Yep. That worked out. He looks pretty good, actually. Not as fluffy as they're going to be a month from now, but not too bad. And we got a trap circle to deal with here. It's all right, Willie. Geez, you're the same color. Take it easy. This place smells like fox. So we're gonna reset in the circle at the rock. Open that bait hole again. I'm not gonna put any new lure or anything here, but I'm also gonna get a trap on the outside of the circle because I highly suspect that the coyotes will be shy to this and walk around the edges. So we're gonna do just like a flat set right at the edge. It's freezing this morning, so it's time to use the wax dirt in every set. A little clod of dirt, guide the foot a little bit. Blend it. Most of the time I see the coyotes on this side, so I'm gonna put a flat set right on the edge over here. This is a flat blind set, so we're gonna blend this in real good. Little bitty things. Hopefully when the sun comes out and the frost is away, everything's gonna look the same. And all of this smells heavily of fox. So I don't think there's any one distinct hot spot. It's like the circle's the hottest and this is the edge of the circle. So we're gonna give it a shot. This is interesting. Something dug at this runway, but the trap is not tripped and everything looks like it's pretty well set. So we're gonna leave this the way it is. Hey, we only have a couple days left till deer season and I'm gonna pull everything. And then I'm really gonna go hard when I get back because now after deer season, our fur is going to be prime. But we have this morning. This was the trench set I set along this corner here. And I was wondering when this raccoon was gonna get into it because I have been seeing him because I have a camera on a tree here. And I think he lives up in this big tree because I've had him actually climb over the camera. And I caught a big bobcat here a couple years ago right in this brush over here. But I have not seen any canine or cats coming through here for at least 6 weeks. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I have a blind flat set right down in here. Anyways, let's harvest this guy and we have 2 more traps to check. Yeah, and can you see the trap here? Yeah, that's the trap. Oh my God. This raccoon made a huge mess here. I'm just gonna pull this one for now since I only have 2 nights till deer season and I'll work this again when I come back. Put in 1 trap on the end of this log on the trail here. Looks like that one scored. I'm psyched, man. I am psyched. Ooh, and there goes a deer in the background. I got the deer hunters with me. Whoa, take it easy, buddy. Very cool. Boy, he's got some neat black colors. A lot of black highlights. Here's the trail coming down. I used the end of this log right here. It's kind of like a urine post, but I put a big deep hole with bait under there. So it's very foxy smelling. If I had 2 traps, I'd do a one on the edge of the catch circle, but I don't. So we're just going to reset this one and hope another fox comes to check it out. It's also kind of cool as this is on a bend, like just comes around a bend here, and our northwest wind is going that way. So if they're coming down this trail, they're going to go over there and check it out. All right, it's all set up again, and I'm leaving it kind of messy. There are bobcats that come through here, so that's going to be a very interesting thing if I have another bobcat or other fox working these trails here. I kind of feel like this is going to spook a coyote off, but I'm not like too worried about that right now. I'm really excited to get that fox, partly because sometimes it's just all about timing. And right now I just have a couple of nights to trap before I go to deer camp and pull everything. So it's like super cool to pick something up. Also, to be honest, I haven't been all that successful with trapping fox in the woods, but this just happens to be a property that's all woods that I have. So I picked a spot that I thought would work, and it worked. So that's the rewarding part of trapping, you know. You're always thinking about what can I do? How can I do this better? And you know what? Back in the day, I didn't get anything, you know. But I've put my knowledge together and everything I've learned from the animals, from the woods, from other trappers, and come up with a plan. And it's just so cool when it fires off. I'm checking this camera, but a bird just ran down in here. I think it was a woodcock. Oh, I see it. Right there. I think that's a woodcock. Oh, that's pretty cool. And yeah, we got another possum in a fisher box. And this is a lot of possum I'm catching. But I just don't think we have the fisher population in here. I'm gonna keep trying until the season's over, but it doesn't look good for me for catching fisher. I'm just gonna drive towards him and see what he does. Deer season starts Saturday and it's Thursday, so it's a pretty nice buck. I wonder if he's hurt. This is very interesting because now I'm right on top of him and he's not moving. What the heck? There he goes. Maybe there's a doe here and he doesn't want to leave it. I actually drove right up next to him. I'm right next to him. Here's my mirror. Here's my rig. And I think there's does around here, so he doesn't want to leave. We actually made our rounds and we're coming back here, and this buck is still here. I guess there must be a doe here that he's after. Maybe he's tired from running around all night. I can't seem to get this guy off the trap line. Finally jumped through the ridge here, but he's probably just standing on the other side. There it is. Oh, there's the doe. That's why he wouldn't leave. There's a doe right over there. I don't know if you can see. That's the super fun part of being out on the trap line every day, is you just see what's happening in nature every day, like that little love affair going on between that buck and that doe. Well, this right here is my protection for my canine and bobcat sets down at the intersection there. I put a dog-proof trap here. That's a good sized coon. So that's the first one I got in a dog-proof this year, and we're getting prime now, which is cool. I'm gonna go hard on the coon once deer season is over, but it's nice to get something on the last day here. I'm tripping all the traps off today, and I'm tripping off the traps. Trip. Yeah, that's sad sometimes, but I'm actually excited to go deer hunting this year. But right in this spot here, I caught the raccoon just the other day, right in this messy trap circle right here. And I was thinking to myself, geez, you know, I know this is fox territory, bobcat territory. They're probably not going to be as afraid of the circle. So I probably could have reset for the 2 nights. And then you can see in this video right here, a mangy fox comes through, but he sits right on the trap circle. Like, if I said, I'm pretty sure 99% I would have had him. Not a good looking fox, but probably good to take out of the system so that mange doesn't spread. That's the second fox I've heard of mange around here. My friend Joel Mart's got one too, so we don't want that spreading. Well, my fisher boxes are working. I know when it's tipped over like this and the trap's out, but they're not working on fisher. Got another possum. I thought this log was like a perfect spot here because the fisher like to run the creeks and up the logs, so I had it right here at this root ball. We'll keep trying a little bit more. Making trapping videos for 4 years, and I never include my hunting. That's just because I wanted to concentrate on trapping for you viewers who like it. But this year, I'm gonna take you along on this hunt. Now, if I stayed down on the farms where I could drive my UTV right up to a deer stand, honestly, I'd have a better chance of getting a deer. But this is about fair chase. This is about the experience. It's about pushing yourself physically and doing something that not too many people do and that I probably won't be able to do in a few years. So an hour hike if I keep walking, hour and a half if I take rests. Maybe I could do it in 45 minutes without a pack. I'll give you the lay of the land here. Right now I'm carrying 40 pounds, not including my firearm, which is probably, I don't know, another 12 or 15. And I am a backpacker. I've backpacked a lot of mountain ranges. I'm a Boy Scout leader. So yeah, I learned a lot and did a lot over several years. But I don't carry 40 pounds normally. My long trail pack is about 20 pounds. So just going easy. You can't tell, but this is very steep. Maybe you can tell. So I'm about halfway there, and my buddy's already ahead of me. It's just going to be 2 of us hunting for the weekend. And sorry, out of breath. I'll give you a taste of this when it comes to getting a deer. I don't think there's much more fair chase than this. And if I get one, it's going to be something else to harvest it and get it down, especially if it's a big one. All right, catch you further up the mountain. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging in there with me. I can't promise this is going to be a successful hunt, but I can promise it's going to be an adventure, and that's the main reason I come. If we get a deer, it's a icing on the cake, you know? Right now it's about 40 degrees out, which I'm very thankful for, since it's keeping me from sweating too much. And do you guys know about the rest step? The rest step. It's a great way to hike when you have to go 1,000 or 2,000 feet up in a short distance here. So the rest step is that you take a step and then you lock your knee out straight for just a second, split second, and then you do the other one. So you step, rest, step, rest, step. And you can get, it's kind of hard to get in the rhythm, but it's a slower hike. But what happens is your muscles get little breaks in between and you're not contracting your muscles constantly. And you basically can keep going and not breathe as hard. And then once you get to a level spot, like right now I'm level, so I'll just swing my legs. It gets steep again, I'll stop, rest, step, rest, step, rest, step, rest. Yeah, I guess that they do that on Everest. So we got a nice little start with fox, coyote, bobcat, raccoons, a lot of possums. And once deer season passes and things quiet down in the woods, I'm gonna get to it and start trapping hard. I have a lot of properties, so it's just about getting to them, and mainly probably like last year going after the bobcats. So the bobcats are going to be good all winter, and we'll target those canines while we can and before they have rub, especially the fox. And I'm probably going to go hard on raccoons as soon as they're not blue and see what I can do in the fur shed. Raccoons are really good skinning practice. Okay, catch you further on up. Almost to camp now, and it's leveling out. I have something a little bit trapping related. You guys know of Hoosier Trapping Supply. They make Top Dog Predator Bait and Mighty Dog and Jet Fuel Predator Lure. Anyways, I love listening to the Hoosier Trapper Supply podcast, so I'll give a little plug out to them. But Charlie makes also something for deer hunting. It's called lip liquor. And I did not set up a station for lip liquor up here in the mountain ahead of time, but I have a little Ziploc bag of it. And before it gets dark, I think I'm going to run out to where I know. Every year I see a buck scrape under this one tree, so I'm going to go out and hang a rope with a little cotton sort of a scent soaker with some lip liquor on it, and I'm going to stick a camera on that. So maybe even if I'm not there when the deer are, we'll see if any of these mountaintop buck come into Hoosier Trapper Supply lip liquor, which I understand brings in either sex. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Nobody home. That might mean that he's out scouting or checking his cameras. And camp looks ready. All right, so this is a little hollow on the top of the mountain. The top's like up over that way, but I always see a deer scrape by a tree right down in here. And guess what? Every year it's here. And I have not hunted here, and I don't know why. Look at this, man. This is the big buck spot. They love it. They love it because these branches are nice and low, and they can mark them with their scent. And this is nice and fresh. They're visiting it often. So we're gonna put a camera on this sucker, and I am going to probably be on a stand up on those rocks there, because that's how I can get in without, throwing my own scent or noise in here. I'll get in the dark and I'll get in on those rocks. I dropped my stuff off at camp, and then came blasting out here without a backpack. So much lighter, so much easier to walk, and I found it. I'm kind of proud of myself for finding this. I know that I've seen it every year, but you know, there's a lot of territory up here. Obviously they love this little hollow because you can see that spot's right over there on the ground. And then there's another one right here with these branches. So I'm gonna just dribble a little bit of lip liquor right on these branches. There are a lot of trees in the way, but that also affords me some space to move when the deer's eyes get behind a tree. But the rub is right down in there. And I'm thinking this is real clear all in through here. Well, oh, just had a log fall. I'm up here with Lefty on the mountain hunting camp.
Howdy.
And we just made our supper. We have a little, a bit of a Bermuda triangle. We have a spot away from the cabin where we cook and eat and have a nice fire here. And it is a beautiful night. What temperature would you say it is?
High 30s.
Yeah, 30s, but feels very comfortable here in front of the fire. Lefty was out scouting at the same time as me. You found another buck rub over by the spring.
Yep. And a scrape.
And a scrape. Cool. So we're going to be hunting a little closer together than usual, but on kind of flanking the mountain, which will be cool because if anything really moves across the top, we're going to know. And we will get out in the dark. Okay, we're settled into the deer stand. 5:30. Let's see what happens. 6:10. And it's a little bit foggy. Rained all night. So right now just the drips are falling off the trees. It's about 6:30 now. The birds are starting to wake up. And I heard a big crash in the woods out to my right. Sometimes a big crash in the woods is a good sign. I just watched 2 bobcats walk across in front of me. I'm very sorry I did not have the phone on or the camera on. So I can't show you, but that was pretty cool. It's not that common you get to see bobcats. They're so sneaky and quiet. Honestly, if I wasn't looking in that direction, I would have never heard them. I'm sorry you missed a bunch of action, everybody, but there's no way I could turn the camera on. But I did just shoot a deer, and I think it's hit pretty good. There's a lot of bleeding, but I can't find it, so I'm tracking right now. It didn't take too long. I found her. Awesome. Mainly my goal for this hunt was to get venison. Between my hunting partner and I, we have 8 tags for deer, 6 of those being does. So I'm pretty psyched about this because it's the end of the day. There's still some daylight left. Gonna get her back to camp, and I am gonna have some really good venison in the freezer this year. Oh, that's a pretty good sized doe. You see my foot there. She's pretty good. She had 2 young ones with her. The young ones were behind her. They weren't fawns, but they were her yearlings or whatever. They were small does. And they stuck around the area, and they ended up behind me, and I kind of knew when those small deer were sticking around that she was hurt, laying down somewhere. So, this is awesome. First day of deer season. Got a nice doe. Super psyched. I gotta dress this deer out now. I got her all cleaned out. Right there. It's a nice sized doe. She had a full breast of milk with those two younger ones with her, but they're fine. They don't have spots or anything. I would have shot them too if I had the chance. And yeah, it's been a great first day hunt. I hope this segue away from trapping and doing a little deer hunting was okay for my friends out there on YouTube to watch. Hung her up here for the night, and to the naked eye it's getting dark, but to this camera it's picking up a lot of light, I think. But pretty nice sized deer. Very happy that my buddy brought a gambrel with a pulley system. So she's hanging. And what's the temperature going to be tonight? Probably
Around freezing.
Yeah, so perfect temperature to chill out. We're gonna have a little toast at the campfire on the mountaintop tonight. Boy, it doesn't get much better than to come back to a place like this and have a little campfire, warm up, dry off, and get the lamp going. Celebration of getting a deer, and we have lots of firelight because our stove is also going really well.
Don't tell the Coleman folks.
Nice. And we have the coyotes singing in the background.
Live music. Well, this one may take a ride. Might just well do it. Here you go. There's your label, and there's the...
Nice. Well, couldn't ask for a better hunting partner.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yep. Thank you so much.
They made sure they'd be unhappy.
Oh, we got the last campfire going for deer camp of opening weekend. Cooking up our dinner here. We cook away from the cabin, which is over there, just so that we don't attract bears. I'm a little weather burned from being on the mountain and outdoors all day, but I just want to say sorry I couldn't have the camera on for my deer kill, because it was either lift the camera or lift the gun. And if I lifted the camera, I might have got a picture and the deer would have got away probably. Well, one thing's nice, it's been very cold to chill my deer, so just took her down from the gambrel here. That's an awesome pulley system. It's the same one I have in my fur shed, which just makes it so easy to pull. Gonna head down the mountain. Leaving camp now. It was wonderful to have a cozy cabin, but this is part of the penalty for the reward. It's gonna be hard going. Sun is just starting to peek out on the mountain camp. That's awesome. Good morning, sunshine. Yeah, I know all you deer hunters out there who are watching this are probably saying, Trapper Dan, why don't you use the gutless method and just bring the meat down the mountain? Believe it or not, I do have game bags up at the camp, but I've never done that, and having the sled, I figure I'm bringing it down anyways. I'd rather have it resting on the ground than on my back. Yeah, or I could quarter it out and just bring the quarters down. If it was a bigger deer, I would definitely do that. I'm back from deer camp and we have some traps set, but that's gonna have to wait for the next episode. Remember everybody, even hunters snore. Sustainable, natural, organic, and renewable resource. Real happy to have some venison in the freezer, and I love that off-the-grid adventure up there on the mountain. But we're gonna be doing some check-in tomorrow morning on a bunch of traps, so stick around and we'll see you on the next one. I hope everybody's having a great outdoor season.